day. And guess what? Them boys in black and gold will always be ready to put on a good show, no matter what.
The fourth Super Bowl in Tampa, Florida, Super Bowl 43, pitted the Pittsburgh Steelers versus the NFC long-shot Arizona Cardinals. The wild card of the game, Cardinals' 37-year-old quarterback Kurt Warner. Just the second quarterback to start a Super Bowl for two different teams. Across the field, 26-year-old opposing quarterback Ben Roethlisberger, making his second Super Bowl start in just his fifth NFL season. Now to the field, here on NFL Replay.
Steelers, we back again. 2 in 4 years, baby. We ain't gonna lose.
Beautiful day, beautiful stadium.
Yeah, man. Let the kid come out.
Ain't no tomorrow now. This is what we playing for, baby. This is what we playing for. It's one thing to be the underdog, nobody gives us a chance, all right? But don't tell me somebody's gonna out-physical us. All right, that's one-on-one matchups. Let's get it done.
Hey, listen up. Time is now. It's our time to shine. Leave nothing on the field. Let's start fast. Get on them early. Stay on them the whole game. Let's go. Jumps on 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, yeah.
Neil Rackers to kick off. 6 touchbacks on 18 kicks. Gary Russell, who's their short yardage back and run back specialist, is back there. Raymond James Stadium in Tampa. The buildup is over, and away we go in Super Bowl 43. Russell from the 4-yard line, straight up the middle. And Rackers will stick his nose in coverage. He's right there. Rackers makes the tackle. They start with 3 tight ends, and they run it up the gut, and they give it to Willie Parker, who takes the ball up to the 31-yard line. So a gain of 3 for Willie Parker, who had the longest run in the history of the Super Bowl 3 years ago in Detroit. There's Ben, averaging better than 10 wins per season over the last 5. Won the Super Bowl in his second year, John.
Excuse me, I was going to say it was interesting on that first play on first down. They had 3 tight ends in there, ran to that side. Now on second down, you can see they have 3 wide receivers.
Play fake. Roethlisberger rolls. First pass to Ward. And Hines Ward, with that knee, and Andrea discussed all that went on, got wide open and gets forced out of bounds by Roderick Hood after a gain of 38 yards.
Oh, man, I can't even describe the pain. I mean, you know, hats off to our medical staff. You know, I told them, you know, I'm not missing this one for the world. You tell me what to do, and I'm going to do it triple times. And after I caught the first pass, I was like, oh, okay, I think I'm right.
Watch him now. He looks like he's running fine to me. Now, he didn't have to cut through his right. His bad leg is that right leg, so he's going to have a tough time cutting off that knee. But knowing Hines Ward, I don't believe that.
Already longer than any pass play for Roethlisberger in Super Bowl 40. Toss. Can Parker get outside? Yes, he can. And Parker turns what would have been no gain into a nice gain. They have Sean McHugh lined up as the fullback in the backfield, and he'll provide leverage, and Parker's going to get taken down. It's close to a first down, but they may have stopped him, and that's Adrian Wilson, and you'll see a lot of him. The strong safety, the senior Cardinal in terms of longevity with Arizona, 8th year in the league, drafted in 01. That is enough for a first down. Warner biding his time on the bench. The ball is at the 22-yard line. 2 tight ends in this set. Ward in motion. Roethlisberger gets it away quickly and finds the tight end over the middle, and that's Heath Miller. He loves to go to Heath Miller. And Miller will set up a 1st and goal, 21 yards right over the middle.
And the Cardinals said that they were going to pressure Ben, and they come on this play, and here's Heath Miller right here. Ben Roethlisberger feels the pressure and gets rid of the ball quickly on a slight post to Heath Miller. That's Willie Parker there, the running back. He gets Cheeky O'Keefer, and that lets Ben get rid of it to Heath Miller.
Gary Russell in the backfield with Carey Davis. Their short yardage package. And this is Russell, and that's a great play by Antonio Smith. Smith out of Oklahoma State in his 5th year, racks him up behind the line of scrimmage. So from 1st and goal at the 1-yard line, they go to 2nd and goal at the 5.
3 wide receivers.
Nate Washington's the 3rd wide out. They're going to give the ball to Parker. He's going to move to the outside, and Parker tries to get to the goal line and can't. As you can see, he'll be stopped inside the 1-yard line. Ralph Brown and Roderick Hood both up from the secondary to stop him. It'll be 3rd down and goal on the game's opening drive. Steelers, it's been rough for them, as you can see, on 3rd and 4th and short. That's the situation here right now. And Roethlisberger with a bootleg, the fake. Ben looking for the end zone. Can he run it in? He leans in and gets the touchdown. He leaned right through Darnell Dockett, and as was the case in Super Bowl 40, Pittsburgh gets on the board with a Roethlisberger rushing touchdown.
That's what you get when you have a 245-pound quarterback. He gets down right here, puts down his shoulder, and runs it right into the end zone like a fullback. Usually you don't see quarterbacks hit with their throwing shoulder. This is a Super Bowl. Ben Roethlisberger says, all bets off.
Justin Hartwig, his center, helped escort him into the end zone. Jeff Reed lines up to kick the extra point. And the Cardinals, and there's the challenge flag. So Ken Wisenhunt is going to challenge. There's such irony here.
Arizona has challenged that the runner was down prior to crossing the goal line.
This is very close. We think, in looking at the replays, that his knee was down. Check his left knee. Where's the ball when his knee is down? We have a couple of different angles for you. There it is. The question is, that's the end of the play right there. Where is the ball? Now keep in mind, the officials can use composite angles. They don't have to see one camera shot that shows you everything. They can reach a conclusion from multiple shots and figure out where the knee is and where the ball is from different angles. So it looks like there's a chance this is going to get overturned, and if it does, what a decision upcoming for Tomlin. Here's McCauley.
After review, the runner was down short of the goal line. The ball was placed at the 1-foot line, 4th and goal. Arizona is not charged with a timeout.
And now what is Tomlin going to do? And he's going to send
They're going to kick the field goal,
Reed out. Yeah.
And I agree with this call. I know it's a tough thing to do. It's a lot tougher for a coach to kick the field goal here than it is say, yeah, go for it.
Right.
But this is a percentage play. This is a play you have to do.
Mitch Berger will spot it. And the kick by Reed is good.
Off to a 3-0 lead, the Steelers' #1 ranked defense will take the field against the NFL's most prolific postseason wide receiver.
Worst case scenario. Your in-person presentation to sell personalized postcards is imperiled by a pallet of pipes. Best case solution, Verizon Wireless Mobile Broadband on America's largest 3G network. Now, not even pipes
They're precious. They're perfect.
Let's purchase.
could keep you from your peeps.
I'm pumped.
Now get a free UM175 USB modem. Mobile broadband, one of the many tools in the Verizon Wireless Small Business Toolbox.
They said it couldn't be done. They were wrong. The Sierra from GMC. V8 power and performance, along with exceptional fuel economy. The Sierra from GMC. Engineering that happens when you never say never.
Now during the President's Day sale, get 0% APR financing for 60 months on the 2009 GMC Sierra. See your local Buick Pontiac GMC dealer.
This is America. And what matters most is protecting what matters. Bank of America does that with savings products no other bank has, all designed to keep your hard-earned money safe and growing. Bank of America. Bank of opportunity.
Everything worth listening to is now on Sirius XM. 69 commercial-free music channels. The most talk, news, and entertainment. Every major sport. New programming, new choices, new prices. Over 130 channels. Add the best of Sirius to your XM subscription or the best of XM to your Sirius subscription free for 3 months. Hear what over 35 million listeners can't get enough of. Sirius XM.
I always played football, just to get to that next level, to be the best football player possible. And, once it all started happening, it was crazy. I just always wanted more, it was like a selfish kind of part of me. Every single day I work harder, not only that, when I'm training for a job for the rest of my life, and it happens to be football, which is just beyond belief. That's something I'll never forget, I'll never take for granted.
Follow Brian Cushing's path through the draft on NFL Network.
Warner will give the ball to Edgerrin James, who was the starter at the beginning of the season, lost his job, and now has reassumed that role. Warner out of the gun. Bolden is 81. You can't miss Fitzgerald. He's on the same side. He's 11. Warner looks to the right side and throws, and the catch is made, and paying the price right there was Steve Breston, who gets knocked to the ground by Bryant McFadden, a little short of the first. It'll be 3rd and 1.
This is the old 2-4-5, 2 defensive linemen, 4 linebackers, 5 defensive backs.
And a fumble as Edgerrin James took the handoff. They spread it out, and then they gave it to James on a delay, and he's able to recover his own fumble. Brett Kiesel was able to knock it away, but they recover. 2nd and 20. And that James starts to slip as he comes out of the backfield. Third and 17, and that pass is thrown into the face of a blitz and incomplete, intended for Anquan Bolden. And the pressure put on that time by Lawrence Timmons, number 94.
All right, let's go. We can't take penalties. We can't take penalties. We got to make some yards on the run. One play at a time. We're fine.
Pittsburgh ball at the 31-yard line. Willie Parker is the running back, and Roethlisberger will take this snap out of the shotgun. Fakes the inside give, works it to Holmes on the outside, gets a block out there from Miller, stays inbounds, and Santonio Holmes has been a big play guy in postseason with a gain of 25 yards.
That's what happens here. It's the same thing that the Cardinals are trying to do is they see the blitz or they feel the blitz, they fake and just get it out there quickly, a quick screen to the outside to your guy that can make big plays with his feet. I mean, Santonio Holmes is their big play guy, he's their speed guy, he's their punt returner, and that's all that is. Throw it out there to him quickly and let him be a punt returner.
So Roethlisberger, who started Super Bowl 40 nervously and admits to it and didn't play very well overall with a 23 rating, starts tonight's game 3 out of 3 for 84 yards.
Well, one thing that will get rid of those nerves is get in a rhythm, and Ben has gotten in a pretty good rhythm.
Right off the bat. Play action, buys him a ton of time. He's going to go deep, very deep, and the ball floats and is knocked away at the last minute by the very speedy Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie after Nate Washington had gotten out in front. He had beaten him, and the ball just hung.
Right, and that's why, you want speed in your corner, and this is what you call makeup speed. He is beaten, as you say, the ball is in the air, but watch Rodgers-Cromartie come and get it. That is a heck of a defensive play because he made up about 5 yards. And Nate Washington has speed also.
Ooh.
Sorry, Fitzgerald. That one was too close.
Yep. Rodgers-Cromartie, the #1 draft choice out of Tennessee State. From the 44-yard line, they send it out to Holmes quickly, and the tackle is made there by Rodgers-Cromartie. Now 3rd down and 10. 3 down linemen for the Cards. How many will they send as they show blitz? And they're coming. And Roethlisberger is able to step up and extend the play. And he comes back the other way. And he almost falls down. And then he gets it off, and it is caught at the 33-yard line by Heath Miller. And that is something that Roethlisberger does so well. Every time you think the play is over, it's not.
That's Ben Roethlisberger just being Superman. You know, I mean, he is so big and strong, and you can blitz him and you can get to him, but you don't get him to the ground. And this is what he does when he scrambles. He's not looking to run. He's looking to run, reset himself, continue to look upfield and find a receiver. See, he sets a pocket out there, then he comes back, sets a pocket over there, and finally finds Heath Miller.
2.5 to go in the quarter. Parker sets up in the slot. Miller comes over on the left side. On 2nd and 10, it's dumped off on a middle screen to Miller, and he gets banged down, but not until he picks up a first down. Calais Campbell, a rookie out of Miami, makes the stop and the move the chains. Willie Parker over the right side, finds the hole and gets dragged down, but not until he picks up 9 yards. Tackled there by Adrian Wilson. Sean McHugh led the block, and at this point in the game, Pittsburgh has outgained Arizona 131 yards to 13. 2nd and a short 2. Quick pass, slant, Holmes. That's a first down.
Well, a lot of those were running plays, and we had runs called. They load up the box to stop the run, and he's up there one-on-one. Just throw the ball to him late and play.
Ball at the 8. Washington, they take it to him, they give it to Parker. And Parker takes the ball to the 5-yard line. On Trell Roll, the safety, making the tackle as the clock ticks down to the end of the first quarter. And Roethlisberger says, let's go the other way. Let's go toward the south. So now it's 2nd and goal to start the second quarter. Nobody behind Roethlisberger. And he hits Miller over the middle, and Miller's going to get stood up at about the 1.5-yard line as he runs right into Gerald Hayes. And so now it's going to be 3rd and goal again, and this is the second skirmish we've had thus far tonight.
Let's get this thing in the end zone. How about that? That'd be good.
3rd and goal. Russell puts his head down. Does he get into the end zone? He does. Touchdown.
He goes right between right guard Darnell Stapleton and right tackle Willie Colon right here. They get off well. They get a good double team. They get a push. They push Dockett right back into the end zone. Here's where it all starts, right here. They get him up, then they get him going back, and then they get a touchdown.
The Steelers are having their way with the Cardinals, controlling the ball with a 10-0 lead. When NFL replay returns, the Cardinals will have their second possession of the game.
Did you know KFC's original recipe whole chicken is delivered fresh? How do I know? I'm the cook here. There's one of us in every KFC. Bringing you the freshest value in fast food with the unbeatable feast. Dinner for $5, just $3 each.
Lindsey Vonn takes the lead. Earlier, she was suffering from an all-over achy cold. She stays tough.
How does she do it? What is that?
I think we've discovered her advantage. Speedy Alka-Seltzer.
New and improved Alka-Seltzer Plus. Specially formulated now with more pain-relieving power. Rushes cold-fighting ingredients to relieve congestion, coughing, and all-over achiness. It's the official cold medicine of the U.S. ski team. Alka-Seltzer Plus. Also available in liquid gels.
National Car Rental? That's my choice. Because with National, I roll past the counter and choose any car in the aisle. Choosing your own car? Now that's a good call.
Go National. Go like a pro.
Welcome to NFL Network's coverage of the Scouting Combine.
With the first pick in the NFL Draft.
The FBI will arrive in 30 seconds.
Who is this?
You must flee the premises.
You know you got the wrong guy.
Get down now.
Somebody's hacking into the power grid. How are you seeing us? Traffic cams.
Why is this happening?
Go, go, go!
What if it's a decoy to distract us from something bigger?
Disobey and you die.
Eagle Eye.
Dinner is at 7:30 if you prefer. You are
The only guest.
Yes.
Where paths cross.
Something wrong with your table?
Didn't want to eat alone.
A new journey begins.
To keep special things safe.
Who keeps you safe?
From the best-selling author of The Notebook, Richard Gere, Diane Lane.
One weekend changed my life forever.
Nights in Rodanthe.
He's definitely a keeper.
Coming February 10th to DirecTV pay-per-view movies.
Give it one great play at a time. All right? One great play at a time. Keep working. Our offense is going to do something here now. We got to be physical, got to get off blocks, got to run to the football. All right?
Four-man rush. The pass goes to the outside, and they go to James. And James very close to a first down. Terrell Smith, they bring him in as the fullback. Fake to James, off play action. Warner steps up, throws, goes to James again. So they fake it to him and then go back to him. He's covered by the linebacker, James Farrier.
We didn't want to give up anything deep. They had the angle. We didn't want to give a big play, so we wanted to just kind of give everything underneath.
Hightower is the back. 2nd and 5. Warner under pressure, throws to the outside. That's a nice catch made by Steve Breston. He's the number 3 guy. Fitzgerald is the megastar. Bolden is terrific, and Breston kind of sneaks his way through. Second-year man out of Michigan, 5th-round draft choice last year. Now they swing it to the outside, and this is caught by James. And James to the 49-yard line across midfield, breaking out of a Troy Polamalu tackle. That's a gain of 11 yards and another first down for the Cardinals.
Yeah, that's what the Cardinals like to do, is they bring their ends in. You see how they narrow down the split there, and then if you come inside with them, if your coverage comes there, then they're going to slip the back outside of them. Troy Polamalu, you're not going to see a lot of those. I mean, Troy Polamalu, usually when he gets his sights on you, he's going to get you.
Hightower stays in to flank Warner out of the gun. A 3-by-1 set. 3 receivers to the right. They put Hightower in the slot, send him into the pattern, and the pass is juggled and caught by Steve Breston. Breston to the 46-yard line. It was 1st and 20. Breston is able to pick up on that play. 13 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 7. A ton of time. Warner surveys, throws, and he hits Anquan Bolden, who's inside the 10, and he gets taken down at the 2-yard line. Well, sooner or later, Bolden and Fitzgerald had not caught a single pass. It took 20 minutes, but here it is for 45 yards.
And Kurt Warner can still get the deep ones when he gets this kind of protection. To me, it's a little play action pass, but look at the protection. Look at the time that he has to look, to read, to find the open guy, and then step up and throw it to Anquan Bolden. Bolden kind of runs an option route here, starts to the inside, gets the defense to come to the inside, then goes back out.
Ran away from McFadden. Hightower is the back, and Warner, as he's been prone to do recently, starts to stumble, and then the pass is caught in the end zone by Ben Patrick, the tight end. Kurt Warner in every postseason game has been getting tangled up with his offensive lineman, but that time he's able to maintain his balance and hits Patrick for the score.
It's usually he gets stepped on by his center, and it's happened in every game that we've seen so far in the playoffs, but Kurt Warner is able to come out of the play action pass and make a perfect throw.
Let's be good. Let's go.
Responding in that situation.
That's a good job. Good job, dudes.
Good job, Levi. Good way to go down there and get points. Steven, good job.
Coming up on NFL Replay, the Cardinals push back, but don't break the Steelers' vaunted defense.
As the playoffs and Super Bowl reach their conclusion, the dawn of a new season comes to light. The next generation of the NFL begins with the Scouting Combine and NFL Draft.
The Atlanta Falcons select.
A star will be born.
The NFL and Motorola would like to congratulate this season's Motorola Coach of the Year, Pittsburgh's Mike Tomlin. Tomlin made franchise history by winning 22 games in his first 2 seasons at the helm, culminating in consecutive AFC North Division titles. Under his tutelage, Pittsburgh led the league in total defense, pass defense, and scoring defense. Congratulations, Coach Tomlin. Motorola, proud sponsor of the NFL. Visit Motorola.com today.
Rated T for teen.
Monster.com and the NFL are searching for a fan amongst fans to become a part of NFL history. The director of Fandemonium will announce a pick at the NFL Draft. Join the Super Bowl coin toss ceremony. Select a play for the sidelines of the Pro Bowl. Receive tickets for the season and a $100,000 signing bonus. Register to become the first NFL director of Fandemonium only at NFL.monster.com.
If you've been putting off getting new carpet for your home, now's the time to put it back on. Because the Home Depot has a new lower price for carpet installation. Only $139 for your whole house, no matter how many rooms. We've lowered the price on over 1,000 items throughout the store, including carpet. So you'll pay the lowest total price for your carpet project, guaranteed. New carpet has never been more affordable, with basic installation for just $139, no matter how many rooms. Only at the Home Depot. You can do it, we can help.
Moore starts as the running back from the 16-yard line. And Moore gets it before Roethlisberger almost got tackled in the backfield. And at the 22-yard line, the stop is made. 2nd down and 4 from the 22-yard line. Ben protected well, but then has that deflected and intercepted at the 33-yard line. Carlos Dansby with the deflection and the pick. Roethlisberger this year was more prone to having passes deflected. He had only 3 last year. He had 9 this season. Robinson deflected it. Dansby picked it. Warner starts from the 34. 2 timeouts for Arizona.
The Steelers have to watch out for gadget plays by the Cardinals in this area of the field.
Warner rolling. Running out of room, and then they'll throw the ball out of bounds. 3rd and 10. 3 wide against the nickel. A little dump off goes to Hightower. Hightower with a nice slip move to the outside and to the 23 and a first down. He breaks away from Ike Taylor, and by doing so turns what would have been a 4th down into a 1st down.